Please note, this video may contain a discussion of suicide, self-injurious behavior, depression, and/or reference of other mental health disorders that may act as triggers. Continue on your own discretion. What's going on, everybody? My name's Jonathan McNamee. You're watching That Guy Talks, and today I am joined with Mara Herman, who is the founder and creator of FairyGarden. FairyGarden Mindset? FairyGarden Mindset.
It's like the umbrella.
It all lives
umbrella. And then underneath, whatever you're feeling. So it's actually interesting. You were asking me like what I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really think about this until right now, but obviously May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
And so I've been thinking about like how to like bring this up on my platform right now, and I just really haven't. But like going back to like thinking about how the past like legit just lines you, alley-oops you basically for whatever's coming. Mm-hmm. When I was like 17, I literally got put in a psych ward for attempted suicide. But like no one would ever know that about me because of how I am today. But it's like I wouldn't be who I am today if that didn't happen.
Because you were at that lowest point has brought you to notice where your highest level is.
And like I don't even know where my highest level is yet. But like
there's no ceiling.
Exactly.
There's
no ceiling. Exactly. And so it's like super interesting because when that was happening, it was like, you know, all like woe is me, and like it's just interesting because I think a lot of times too, like now people will be like, oh, it must be nice to like be so optimistic or this, that, and the third, and I'm like, this didn't just happen. This is like a conscious effort every day, like decisions.
There's still challenges
and
that come up.
There are days where I sleep until 3 o'clock. Yeah. And if I'm having a day, I'm having a day. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever.
But you're allowed to have those days.
Exactly.
You know,
and
but
it's just
society has put out that you're not allowed to have those days. That you have to be always 110% on every platform. You have to look your best. You have to be your best. You got to be positive. You got to do this. When really, everybody is struggling with their own demons, their own vices, their own addictions and stuff like that.
The same energy that you'd be like, it could be worse. You can use to be like, okay, it could be better. And then it's like, well, how? And then it's like when you start to get clear about how it could be better, you're kind of like telling the cosmos, telling God, telling whoever you higher up that you believe in, like this is what I'm interested in, like this is what I would like to experience, this is what I would like to feel. Like we're all always healing and like growing. Like growth and the healing, like they go together.
Yeah.
Like it's not like
life is a growing process.
Yeah, it's not just gonna happen, and like it's not like people are just positive people. Like it becomes
positive
a
people
habit,
find positive people.
That's true, but it's because like attracts like.
Correct.
And like you're gonna experience what you give. Earl Nightingale talks about like you set the tone. Like people will always be like, oh, people are such assholes and idiots and da 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 da, and it's like, okay, well if you believe that, that's what you're gonna experience. Yeah. And so he talks a lot. He says this one thing about like you wouldn't put food in the oven without turning the oven on.
True.
And expect it to get cooked. So it's like you have to set the vibe, and then that's what's gonna like manifest for you.
Can we go back to a little bit of when you were in your, because we are in the mental health day and everything.
I like love talking about it, but like it's intense. I think for a lot of people.
Understand.
Like there have been friends who I've like told, and they're like they'll cry, and I'm like, no, but like it's okay. It's just part of it.
Yeah,
like,
it's your story. It's your life.
It's
a chapter in what you went through and what you like. What your demons then were are not your demons now.
It's humbling though too, because it's like that can. Like I know that I've been there before, so I could go there again. But like I don't want to do that.
No.
You know what I mean?
So you're doing everything possible not to get back to like so you're doing different outcomes in doing that. So what would you say to someone who is struggling with that right now? You want to turn to the camera and talk to the person who may be struggling right now with a huge demon. What would you want to say?
I would say ask for help. And I would say like don't feel shamed about it at all. I think that there is a lot of stigma around like what you should or shouldn't be feeling, and like even me saying like, compared to what the other people were going through, what I was facing wasn't anything. Like, no, it was for me at that time, and that's all that needs to be said.
Because it is your world.
Right, it really is. Like, which you can use as a cross, or like
As a motive.
yeah, like you can carry it, or you can like, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but like you can say like X, Y, and Z is why I'm feeling like the way that I'm feeling, so I'm gonna keep feeling that way. Or you can be like, X, Y, and Z is why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, and I don't deserve to feel that way. And you don't have to feel that way. Like when you're in that like mindset of just really hurting, I think it's one thing to honor that, but it's another thing to like take that and like decide to move forward because of it.
Thank you so much, Mara. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Learned a little bit about mental health today.
Yeah.
This was a very powerful episode.
I know, this
think
was good.
it felt. I can't wait to see what we have next. Thank you so
we'll
much.
check in again.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
yeah. You're like a recurring character around here. So where can everybody find you?
On Instagram, you can find me on FairyGarden Mindset, or MarbyXO, which is MAURBIEXO. YouTube still haven't really posted much.
No, but I'll put it all in the description down below.
YouTube, the podcast is in a transition stage right now, but it's technically up. Tap in the podcast. So yeah.
Mara, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like this video, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you have a question for Mara, throw it down in the comments below and at her, and she would love to have that start a conversation with you guys. And if you have any questions for us, you're more than welcome to DM us.
My DMs are always open too. Like, we talked about mental health, so if anybody needs to discuss that,
yes,
I'm like,
goes for both of us.
DMs open all the time.
Correct. You're never alone. We always have your back. And from all of us here at That Guy Talks, let's cue that music!
And if I'm having a day, I'm having a day. Like, whatever.